So one of my Facebook friends asked me to film an eyebrow tutorial, and I only use a couple of things to fill in mine, one being the Ultimate Brow Kit by Wet n Wild. I use the Hard Candy Glamouflage Concealer in Light to carve out my eyebrows. I use Coverall's pressed powder in Fair to go over where I put the concealer at so it doesn't look so crazy. And I use e.l.f.'s Angled Contour Brush to blend out that concealer, and then I use just any brow gel to set my brows into place. The kit itself comes with 3 different pods, one being a wax, the second one being a lighter powder, and then the darker powder. But since I have darker eyebrows, I tend to use the darker shade more. And I have short-ish eyebrows because my hairs don't grow outward, they grow more in an upwards and downwards direction. So I tend to just draw my tail out to the length I want it to be. So I usually start by drawing on my tail. Excuse that. But I draw on the tail as so, just have it as a guideline. And then I take a little bit more of the powder and fill in that line. So there's my tail. Then I take a little bit more of the wax and the darker powder to fill in this portion of my brow, but not as heavy as I did before, because when you push forward you want it to kind of go as a more gradient type of effect. I usually go a little bit light-handed on this portion right here, and then I decide to take the lightest shade and I draw a line at the base of my brow lightly, and then I draw a line at the top, and then I basically feather the color in. I really don't know what all that is, all that commotion. And I feathered the product in. So from there I take some concealer and put it on the top of my hand. And I carve out my eyebrows. And if you hear anybody talking in the background, it's my neighbors because they're outside mowing the grass. But I do this, and then afterwards I'm going to blend it all the way with my Angled Contour Brush to get rid of kind of the harsh line that the concealer creates. And a lot of people tend to use a concealer or a foundation that's closer to their skin shade on top to not make it look as if it's a halo. But with me, I'm fair skinned, so all I do is I blend it out well with the Angled Contour Brush and I apply the powder on top. Because I don't feel like it's too harsh on my complexion since I am so light. But with other complexions, I do believe that, you know, you should find a more skin tone color concealer, or just use your foundation to clean up the top part of your brow. And once all that is done, I take the same brush and just wipe it off on a little bitty paper towel, napkin, or anything, just to get the kind of sticky feel from the concealer off. And I take just a little bit of the powder and sweep it under where I put the concealer to set the concealer in place. And this keeps my brows looking flawless all day. And don't worry if you get the powder on your brow a little bit. All you need to do is just dip your brush back into your eyebrow kit and just dust the powder back over where you got the powdered foundation at. And then you're done. Now all you've got to do is take your eyebrow gel, give it a little sweep through, and you're ready to go. So this is one eyebrow done, and then the other eyebrow untouched. This is something I do on a day-to-day basis, and I feel like, you know, the extra little bit of time it takes to fill in your eyebrows can really set your face apart from whether or not you have done them or haven't done them, since your eyebrows do frame your face. But here's my little go on the eyebrow tutorial situation, and thank you for watching.